Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the 41st Ryder Cup. Pleased to be joined by U.S. Captain Davis Love III. Davis, maybe you could tell us a little bit about what you had in store this morning and where you might be headed after we finish up here.
Well, we came out early. I think Bubba and I came out earliest of the captains to get guys to media early. They got that knocked out, and then got all three groups out playing. We mixed up our tee times a little bit. I know we confused the fans, but we figured they'd find us eventually, and got everybody teed off, and they're out there getting some work done. And I get to go see the Junior Ryder Cup team here after this, and then practice my speech down on the big stage, which I'll be glad when that's over with, both the practice and the real thing. But we're having a good day. You know, everybody seems to be hitting the ball well and playing well and having fun and getting a lot of work done. This is the kind of the big day before there's a lot going on tomorrow. So tomorrow's a kind of a jammed up day with the opening ceremonies, and still got some media obligations. So guys are really focused today on getting a full day's work in and finishing off testing balls and, you know, working on learning the golf course and all those kind of things. So busy day for us and a hard work day.
Great. Let's open up the floor for questions at this point. Start with microphone number 1, please.
Davis, JB looked like he was getting work done on his shoulder on the range. Is he okay?
I didn't see it, but I saw about 4 or 5 drives. They looked okay to me. Yeah, we've got a great team around us. We've got a bunch of physios and doctors and trainers, and so they're keeping guys going. But no, nobody mentioned it. I was kind of organizing stuff in the locker room, and then got out there on 10 when they were all teeing off, and he hit one in the rough off of 10 and then bombed one down, kind of down the bottom of the hill, and we were all just standing there going, how do you drive it there? And then same thing on the next hole. So he's always fun to watch. He didn't look hurt. He was chirping too, so looked like physically and mentally he was ready to go. You know, we're always messing with something. You know, Zach was in there stretching, and you know, everybody's got different ways to warm up, so I'm sure he's trying to get loose. It's cold. That's the biggest thing. I talked to, you know, some of the European guys and our guys. It's just, you get down there by that lake, it's cold, and cold on the range getting going. So I'm sure we're looking forward to this forecast we've got for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A little sunshine and maybe a little warmer.
Let's go to microphone number 2 in the front.
Hi, Davis. I wonder if you can give us an insight into how it works in your team room. You've obviously assembled a strong group of vice captains. You've got an equally strong team leader in Phil, but obviously the ultimate decision maker is you. I just wonder at what point you remove yourself from that process and you give yourself time to make the ultimate decisions.
Well, that's why I was hanging out in the locker room a little bit this morning. You know, we're defining our roles, you know, as what we're going to do out on the golf course. For example, I saw Tiger on, I don't know, 12, 13, said, how's it going? He goes, perfect. I don't have to worry about Tiger and his group. And you know, Tom Lehman texted me, my group's playing great, having fun, no problems. So I'm in charge, and I've given them their charge. Tiger was giving me a hard time a couple weeks ago. He said, you're giving me way too much to do. And that's what this thing's all about, is we're dividing responsibilities. You know, I can't be the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator, so I've given them all different roles. You know, Bubba stepped in. Bubba and I rode out yesterday, and we talked a lot this morning about if we have 4 guys watching matches, what can Bubba and I do to complement each other and to support. So we're asking questions of the caddies and of the players. What do you want us to do? Probably don't need to mess with Jordan Spieth. You know, he's got a game plan, but maybe some of the rookies. Who's going to go walk with a rookie if something goes right or goes wrong? So we're all dividing our responsibilities and having fun, and just supporting the team. You know, that's what it's all about. We're here to support the team, and if that means me run back and get a sweater, I'll go get a sweater. My son and I just delivered turkey sandwiches up to the group ahead, and Roger Maltby was laughing at us. I said, we're very important here. If we don't get the turkey sandwiches to these guys, they're not going to be happy. So all 6 of us are doing whatever we can to help out.
Follow-up question here.
Oh, how's Phil fit in yet? You know, when I got up and spoke last night, you could see Phil inching forward in his seat. And he said, can I add something to that, you know, Captain? And said, yes, please. And so Phil and Amy got up and gave a gift and spoke. And, you know, Phil is kind of the backbone, I think, of the team. You know, he's 22 times in a row he's been on a team, and nobody's seen more team golf on our team than him. And again, I just mentioned it the other night, Phil and Tiger sitting in a room talking, and the quiet guys are sitting in the back just listening. You know, we're just soaking it in. So when Phil gets up to speak, he obviously has a purpose when he says something. He's not winging it. And he's been a team leader. Gosh, I'd say the last 6 or 8 teams I've been around, he's been the leader on the golf course or in the locker room or in the team room.
Let's go to number 4 here on the left.
Yeah, Davis, are the guys giving you any feedback on how the course is playing? And are all the weekend pin placements predetermined?
No, Kerry Hayes doing the pins. I think we agreed in the last few captains agreement that we were going to get out of the business of the home team setting the pins and the other team not knowing. Kerry's got a track record here of PGA Championships. I have a feeling that we can use those old pin sheets, and they'll be pretty close. There are some holes where it's just obvious that all 4 pins are going to be up here, and they're not going to be on the slope on the front. You know, I would say that Kerry's seen, you know, Paul Azinger's setup and my setup in 2012, and he knows that we would probably prefer it not to be as difficult as a Sunday of the PGA Championship. We'd like the fans to see some birdies, but once Sunday hit, last Sunday hit, I was not allowed really to comment on the rough anymore or where the tees were going. So I think it's been a more fair way to handle it. Darren and I've, you know, agreed on a lot of things, and that was one of them. I'm not going to all of a sudden go 100 yards up on a tee. If we're behind, play the course longer. All that stuff's pretty much done with.